Hey guys. So this is day 5 and yeah, was very hard again. But I think I've learned quite a lot. So let me start with sorry. I told you in the last video that my girlfriend came back from Austria. She's been there a week and I've started this challenge because it was the perfect moment. I was alone and I had enough room to start this experiment. And yeah, so yesterday was pretty I had a pretty big struggle because she sort of reflects what this relationship or what I brought to this relationship, and therefore my brain recognized all those old patterns, and it's pretty easy for someone to fall back into old habits, especially if there is like someone that triggers them regularly. And she's been that part. That's not on her, that's on me, but that's part of the process, and it showed me where I actually stand and where I have to improve. So it was very rough today. I fall back into overthinking, into my overthinking loops, where I've been confronted with really hurtful feelings, with shame, guilt, and yeah, I always struggled with the feeling of feeling how do you say that? Damn, I'm missing a keyword here. Not supervision. Damn. Oh, I need a moment. Yeah, I don't get it right now. Anyway, I fall back into bad old habits, as I said, and they triggered a lot of thought trains in my head, and those ultimately fogged my brain entirely. It just felt like a big dark cloud hit my brain and put it back into the shadow realm where I don't understand anything anymore, but my brain is running and running, but not producing any meaningful output in form of execution. And yeah, it's exhausting as hell. And that ultimately led to us arguing and fighting, sort of. And I made some really hurtful comments that I felt bad about, but that was also due to the process. And yeah, it was very interesting to witness that. And due to the recent days of witnessing what my brain is actually recreating or repeating, what cycles it is repeating, I was able to at some point stop it and ask my girlfriend if she is okay if we would communicate non-verbal for at least in the broadest part, I mean the key parts or the very essential parts, we will still communicate verbally. But generally speaking, I need room and I need silence, because this is what I've been missing the most. And it's not even necessary or only exclusively in the outer realm, but also in the inner realm. But the outer realm triggers the inner realm, or it triggers, so if we speak verbally in this world, it also triggers thought processes in my brain, and therefore I get also verbal internally. And so I asked her if she's okay if we would just stop communicating for a while, but we would communicate non-verbal. Like, we would not write each other, none of that stuff, because that's pretty much just the same thing, but not verbally. It's about just communicating by acting and not communicating by putting words out, because words are not acts. That's the main difference here. And yeah, so I wouldn't say I made a big step backwards today, but it was a very painful lesson today, and it showed me some instabilities in the structure I am trying to build and to create, to rewire my brain physically, because it's absolutely necessary to stop this painful, never-ending loop I've been stuck in for decades now. And yeah, here we are now. It was very exhausting. I did the usual things. I mean, I tried to, besides the moment I stepped into the loop and stuck there for a couple of hours. Damn. And I used to be in that loop almost permanently, but now it exhausts me so much more, since I know that I actually love the silence. I love doing nothing. I love just being still and not having so much input. I never thought I would say that. I needed constant stimuli. And now I'm just so glad if I don't hear anything, see anything. And I'm just there. I'm doing my chores and what needs to be done, taking a walk outside, laying flat on my couch or my bed or on the ground, doesn't matter, and just being. That's just awesome. And I need to embrace that for a while now, so that it manifests into my into my brain structure, because it will physically take place, that my brain rewires. And that's a difficult process, because it's something that's happening on the matter level, that's far deeper than any withdrawal from substances. And I can certainly say that, because your mind is wired to do what it's done for the past time, because what you've done ultimately led to you surviving, and it does not know that it's not necessary to maintain those habits, because I mean, we're not living in any cave anymore where your habits would ultimately lead to surviving or death. And that's something your brain does not understand on a very, very deep level. So you have to discipline your mind with structure and a concrete line. There is no other way around it by just grasping it or understanding it intellectually. No, it doesn't not work. That's a trap. That's a very, very real trap I've fallen into. Feels like a billion times. Yeah, so this is it. Another very unstructured, chaotic video, but that's me, and that's awesome. And I'll keep on walking down that path, and we will see, or I will see, where it leads me to. And that's it for today, and thank you if you watched the entire video.